Yes, there is. Hey, how's it going? So I am up and back, and the sound is here, and this is the Fernando Yeres. That's one version. There's a second one here. I'm going to use it for testing out a new idea. I was talking to Fernando Yeres about it last week. Figured I'm in the studio. Might as well turn on the. I'm working on a few things. Might as well turn on the camera and do some streaming. Doing some sanding. Or should I say filing? How's it sound? Can you hear me now? Does it sound all right? All right, we got two watching. Hey, Chris Riley is up. Yeah. Alien 3D, Chris Riley. How's it going, everybody? Well, everybody. The two of you. Testing the feasibility. Yeah, you can hear me now. Good. Testing the feasibility of the stream. Working on a couple projects. Figured while I was here, might as well just put the camera up, do a little streaming. Finally, after the summer, getting back in the swing of doing some YouTube stuff again. Not that I haven't been creative, but just haven't had time to do videos. Excuse me. But there is new content that should be coming up. So, yeah, actually, I think for Chris's benefit, this is a, let's see, I think 4. That's the standard 4, but I am considering upgrading the yeah, the things that spinny. Yeah, make Z go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, those threaded rods. Yeah, the creative stuff started for my sanity and things to do with my kids, but now it's pretty much it's a necessary thing. I've been for a long time, and I don't have the chance to go out or go. Chris, you're a musician, or was an active musician, I guess. I don't have the chance now that my kids are born to go out on tour or go and do performance or art stuff, exhibitions very often. So I get to do this, and this works. Yeah, it is a 4. Okay. Yeah, I'm in the hangout. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me read that comment again. The music life, yeah, it does slow down once the rest of life catches up. I was a touring musician for 5-6 years. I was a live sound engineer for a while, for about 20 years. They are squares. Technically, yeah. So, let's see. Going back to the channel. Sorry, Chris. Hey, Ricky, Ben, what's going on, guys? You can kind of see, maybe, if it'll focus. Focus, grasshopper. Oh, focus. There. I know. Nobody makes Kung Fu references anymore. You kids don't know what Kung Fu is. Alright, there you go. They are squares, but there's 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then they're joined. So that's how they interlock, and then it prints, and then you sort of play with it and break them free, and then they can move around. They're each about a centimeter square. Cool. If you guys, hey, by the way, if you guys haven't hit the like button, like the smashy, all that kind of schmuffy duffy stuffy. Okay. So, sitting in the pickup line at my son's school. Oh yeah. I don't do that. I just wait outside. Cause I do it on foot. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Yeah, so printing this black shade now. Got this one here. Same size. It's about 190 square pieces there. And then I was talking to when Fernando shared this on Twitter. I know, Chris, you should get on there. It's really interesting. People talk about stuff. All right, enough of that. I make the joke, Chris. You're here. Yeah, if you fix the button in the net, then you should be fine. Otherwise, you might come home to maybe a house, maybe a bonfire. Anyway, yeah, I was talking to Fernando. He posted it, and then it was asking if anybody had ideas on how to use it. So my kids and the family came up with an idea. So I'm printing this one out, and then we'll print it out the other parts, and we'll test it out. And I'll put up a tweet. Maybe I'll share it in other formats where they yeah. And this is I won from Afro 3D. I'm a winner. The Airy one, ERYONE 3D filament. So I'm testing that out here. It's a PLA. Seems to print alright. Prints 210. 55 on the hot end. It's not bad. Finally finished my live stream. So, Mike, you're doing a lot of live streams where you're doing hangouts. I see. I don't get a chance because it usually happens when I'm either at work or trying to get kids to and from or finish with a thing, but I try to stop by when I can. I managed to see Chris. I managed to see most of you, a good portion of your stream recently. Oh, cool. Thanks, Josh, for the tweet. Appreciate it. I do want to see a Benji. Hold on. It's a multicolor. I'm gonna guess it's a multicolor one. I haven't seen it yet. It is. That's Prusement today, or just some random gray. Looks good. Well, what's with the trim around the door? Interesting. Okay. Is it having extrusion problems? Hey, what's going on, Rover? It looks good. The orange is really clean. And finally got it working. I don't know. What though? Let's see. Yes, thank you. I finally got the ability. I had to move the router in my house so that I was able to get a decent signal to be able to stream. So yay. Cool. I'm not sure. Looks like it uses loses track. Do you end up? How do you? I'm thinking. I mean, because you're essentially you have one, two, depending on how many filaments are in the print. You have up to 4 different extruders. Is there a way in? I mean, okay, if it's running Marlin, do you have to calibrate every single one of them? That would seem like a lot of. Wow. It's enough fun to calibrate one extruder, but to calibrate 4 rotating? No, Rover, I beat you to it. We already made that joke. I guess everybody has to make it. Hey, what's up, Mr. Bertram? What's going on? Like the Smashy if you haven't already. That really helps out. Appreciate it. So we're printing a little test with some Air1 filament that I won from Afro 3D. I'm a winner. It's the black. It's the same guys that did the Resumer 3D. Proof of firmware assumes you are using all the same brand of filament. That's kind of stupid. And there's no way to tweak it with the different filaments. You can't tweak it in the slicer. Oh, cool. All right. I guess Jimmy is going to be Jimmy. Is correct. Jimmy Shaw is going to be streaming tomorrow. Chris Riley have octoprint question. Okay. Chris is here. Questions. All right. It's funny. I think it's so it's funny, but I don't think it's quite right. Got the print really small in order for it to work. Means it works great until the fan starts, and then you don't want no more. Oh, fun. Dawn. Why? What's Dawn up to? About doing? Yeah, right. I'll get in touch with Dawn. Sure, you can tweak it in the slicer. Yeah, I mean it's a lot more prep work and a lot more definitely tweaking to be done. I mean, forget setting up an individual profile. You have to set up 5 profiles for one print if you were to for each different filament. Because I think on the day I'm printing, I can print with the same. I've printed with like the same ISA and cold white and had different results from one day to the next day. The temperature variations in my room, in my studio. Yeah, that's wow. So by the way, a little hint. If you guys, all right, Chris. Damn it. Well, for everybody except Chris. Hey, we got more people. Right? If you just joined in, thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. I am working on and just calibrating the upgrade of the what was the 101 Hero. It is homing. I'm just calibrating it. Thanks actually to Chris. I was using your auto level video. It helps a lot. Oh, cool. And so there's going to be a video up on that short, or at least a stream also. I think in the next couple weeks, if I am going to be in the studio, I'll start streaming, and then as I can, I'm gonna shoot footage and start putting together some videos. There'll probably be some shorter stuff coming up on Twitter, just short little tidbits. But a lot changed in the summer, so new space, new work schedule. So trying to get that all sorted out. But yeah, more coming. And at the moment, catch up on projects. You can do it until the desktop and use a browser. Monitor, keyboard, and mouse to your Octopi. Yeah, technically, if you have a power supply on your Octoprint that has, say, like 3 or 5 amps, then you could, theoretically, you could power a USB hub and connect a keyboard and a mouse, like a USB mouse. You plug in the monitor to the HDMI, and there you can run it directly that way. That's possible. I have done it. I've done it on the Raspberry Pi B Plus, the original, and on the Raspberry Pi Zero W. So you can do it, but I don't know why you would want to do it. You can, if you're doing the auto print, you're starting prints and stuff like that, it's better to do it, like Chris said, from a browser on the computer, because then you can sit in your, I sit on my laptop in my living room and I can start a print. Yeah, you could install the desktop on the. Yeah, it's a few more steps, but there are um, some extra sudo commands and stuff, and you can install the desktop on the Raspberry Pi, the Octoprint, and you can do it directly from there as well. Because you're using the browser then from the desktop. That's also possible. If you do a Google search for install desktop Octoprint, there's like 5-6 good links on how to do it, and it'll walk you through installing and everything. Yeah, exactly. Sudo home pi script install dash desktop. The sunny zone. On the Raspberry Pi, you can connect. There's another port for an HDMI, depending on the older ones. I think the Raspberry Pi B, and the B Plus, the originals. Let's see here. Hold on. If you see right there, that is a Raspberry Pi Zero W, and there is the port, and that is a HDMI adapter. There is the USB. You can plug in your printer, and there's the power. I don't have my Raspberry Pi B in front of me, or I would show you that. But if you have enough amperage on your power supply, you can also use something like a USB hub. Just connect it through your USB, and then you could power, if necessary, the different things you need, like a keyboard, but you can get a yeah, it's a 3B. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll let Chris continue. So, as you guys are having that discussion, let's see. What else? So you guys want to see some small things that I'm working on? Yeah, you just want to listen to or read Chris's chats. I just connected the HDMI and not keyboard on mouse. Yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Actually, I have to install and set up that Raspberry Pi Zero to run my Delta printer because it does not currently have an LCD. So it's going to be all controlled via no worries. All right, so let's see, printing some supports for the printer. Let's see if I can give you a little view for testing purposes. I'm sorry about the camera. All right, there it is right now for testing. This is the extruder and it's going down. Oh, no light. See if that's going to go without killing everything. Okay, there is the E3D. That's a PETG out end. Mount there. Then it's ramps. And then there's a motor mount and some supports. It's going to have supports on the bottom, and then eventually I'll probably replace this with a whole new frame. But it should be able to print, and then the motors are actually sitting underneath here. Motor mounts, and then all three of the NEMA 17s on the bottom. Took a while to get them all, the belts lined up so they're all vertical, completely straight, but yeah, it goes. Just have to calibrate it, and then I'm gonna add mesh leveling to it for the moment. Problem I'm having is, if you can see right in there, there's not a lot of room, and when you go over to the side, there really is no room or anywhere, because it's such a small diameter here, to put the I think we lost you guys. Oh boy. There we go. All right, we're back. So, I think we're back. Everybody see me? Everybody see? Oh, you guys up? Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Okay. Okay. Back. We still have audio. Good. All right. Hey, all right. So you can see there's such a small, it's like the diameter is about 100 millimeters. So there's no place to put a part cooling fan. A lot of people are actually mounting here a separate fan that blows directly onto the print surface. So I'm looking for a possible solution. Might try to mount something on here, up here, a blower, and then that goes directly down here and shoots out there. Hey Don, what's going on? Just give a little tour of progress on the You can see my notes. That's the J, X. Yeah, I've been writing on it, making notes. These. Yeah, you know my design work for things like that thing called Fusion 360. I suck at that. I can do really basic stuff, but I found one. I'm not super happy with it. I might try this one here. Somebody share with me. I might try and tweak it. Because that's the closest thing I found. I just have to find a way to, I just have to mount it on the top. By the way, hi Don, how are you today? Glad you're here. Welcome. So that's the closest. I've got to look at a mounting system. Yeah, I'm not a. I can tweak and I can do basics to teach my kids stuff. But my oldest is much more creative when it comes to that sort of thing. She picked it up pretty quick. Yeah, I don't like Fusion 3. Yeah, okay, Chris. Sorry, Ricky. Ricky could probably give me a tutorial, I'm sure. Anyway, it's the white background in the yeah. I've been testing out. I've got a box with 5 or 6 different things that I've been trying out, and combinations of things. Yeah. So, and most of the parts that I'm printing now are all printed in PETG. So what's nice with the PETG is it's a little more flexible, so you don't have to be so. Hey, you have a little bit more give when it comes to tolerances. If you're trying to connect and join parts. So this is a version done in that black A1 ERYONE black filament PLA, but that took a fair amount of sanding here. My internet is dying. We'll try to connect. All right, cool. Thanks, Josh. I had to do a fair amount of sanding, but the one I did in this translucent blue owl filament. Yeah, owl filament. I'm not going to put a link up because it's a German company, but it's good PETG. Yeah, I didn't have to tweak it. I didn't even have to sand it. It fit together. It fitted good. Me speak many, talk good. Oh yeah. All right, I'm getting my streaming legs back. Make pretty talkie. Okay. Someday you want to try it. Yeah, Chapman's a good guy. You can follow along, and he explains things really clearly when it comes to Tinkercad. I find also the basic, like the 101 videos that Angus at Maker's Muse does are really good. So there is stuff. I have kids. I work for myself. I have office manager. You know. Right now I'm the accountant, which sucks. So, yeah, don't have much time for CAD designing right now. But okay. So I told you this is the A1. I like saying that A1 because it's ERY, ONE. So this is my project I was working on tonight before the stream started. Brian Vines did a great job at explaining. Oh yeah, Brian Vines is really. Some people have the ability to explain like software and stuff like that, and walk through something, how to do something really well. Brian has that temperament. When it comes to Marlin, I like Chris. I like the way you do it. I caught myself actually quoting you today. Let's head on over to Marlin and. Oh no, I'm doing Chris. All right, I'm gonna head on over to my workbench and show you this. This is my current project. Yeah, he's good with Tinkercad too. Ah. I must apologize. I only have the, it's still streaming from the phone. I don't have a dedicated streaming machine or any of that kind of stuff. I think I'm looking at maybe mounting something up in the room and being able to get a single camera and set it up so you can get an overview kind of thing. But yeah, I appreciate that you guys are hanging out and checking out the stream. It's lo-fi for sure, but it's cool to share with everybody and hang out. It's really cool. I've been doing a lot with the Arduino IDE recently, with a couple of other projects. So here's another thing, just to give you a little hint, a little sneak preview. This is another set of prints, and there are another version of it on the other side, and some struts, top, middle, and bottom. It's another project I'm working on with my kids, and there's a couple of other things, but those are definitely Arduino IDE. And then when that damn slow boat from China gets here, damn boat from China is taking its time. There will be more on the flying in the air side of projects. That's no fun. How so? What's happening to make it? Is just crashing or freezing your system, or? I got a system that works right now, so I haven't been. Yes, exactly, because they give you free. Sorry, yeah, I have not updated my IDE because I have a system, I have a setup that's working right now, and I don't want to jinx it and screw up existing projects. Not like I have a hard deadline or anything, but I would like to actually frickin' finish some of them. So the only thing I upgraded was the phone to iOS 12. So yeah, that's another 3D printed project that I finished up. That And in the process of finishing up, there's still a few more parts, but they're glued and drying. Oh yeah, right. Library's not supported and stuff like that. And some of the stuff nobody supports anymore. So, or it's a pain to try to chase down libraries, excuse me. Library. I go to the library. Sorry, I have to be specific about that because I do teach English. And, yeah. All right. Oh, hey, I got a question for everybody. That's a hopped gear, right? That's got some nice teeth on it. That one right there. That's a hopped gear. That's not got so many nice teeth on it. What do you guys prefer? The really teethy ones, like that bronze one there, a gold colored one, or the other kind of hopped gear? I say that gold colored one, I like it because it's got more teeth and it grips and it pulls better. I've had nothing but problems with those other hopped gears for the extruder. That being said, I am a pretty much, no, I am only Bowden. I'm like a rare, rare bird because I only have Bowden setups. I have no other direct drives. But what do you guys think? Do you prefer the more teethy? I was curious about that. I was actually thinking about doing a poll on Twitter. Sanguino. Yeah, Sanguino. Right, Chris. Going back to what you were saying, Sanguino is not supported in the new IDE. So I will not. Currently, I'm not upgrading because I need everything to work. Also, having learned some PID tunings, I have been using Betaflight. If anybody is a quadcopter person or has ever flown one, I'm doing a test and a project and using the open source Betaflight, and that's lots of fun too. Playing with ESCs, electronic speed controls, and VSCs. The value takes the setup to use a smooth idler. Yeah, I like the brass one. I have had nothing but crap luck with the other one. It's always trying to get the spring tight enough, and then it's never tight enough, or it's just too tight, and then it's just grinding into the hot end, and you end up jamming. I'm curious of whether they do. So, hi, Info Mario. How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. Ricky, what is the smell of the PLA? Is it comparable to anything? Nice. Yeah, same role. Okay. If I'm away for a few days, I guess maybe I might notice my family when they come into my studio. They say it definitely has a smell. I think I'm in here working often enough that I don't notice, maybe. Can I get some pizza? No. I had vegetable. Not really like anything else, but the only time I smelled it was when I first got the A8 and the block was leaking and it was burning. Oh yeah, that's a nice smell. That's sarcasm, of course. uh, everybody got to hate on the A-net. I mean, heck, if you want to build your own printer and you want to build it from scratch, it's almost cheaper to buy an A-net kit and use that as parts. If I ever see a really super good deal, and I was watching Chris's love that he has, and fun he's been having with the X5, I think it is, the Tronxy. That looks like a nice donor kit that would make a nice printer part. I'm also looking at it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that could be. I need my hand. I need my hand. Where's my hand? Where's my hand? I need my hand. Ooh. So, we're gonna sand that sucker down. Sand her down. So there's my handle on my blaster. I'm not going to be sanding with you guys because it's a little bit loud. The sound is annoying. Can you guys hear that? Plus it's 10 o'clock and the neighbors are going to go to sleep. The X5. I swear, if it definitely, I mean, if you could get it for, let's say, $250 or less, with the aluminum profile, I'm assuming the motors are decent. And if you're gonna build a printer, yeah, it almost might be worth it. You could find one that was like $200 or less, like an eBay used style. It would be worth it because you would end up having all the parts you need. You just need power supply and probably a better board. I don't know what, Chris, what board does that X5 have? The Tronxies use. Hello, Derek. Thanks for stopping by today. By the way, can you guys hear the filing? I'm filing my way out. Soon I'll be free. I built a raft and I'm gonna float away to freedom. Freedom. Yeah, okay. Usually you're gonna have to buy a new board, and I definitely would like to try I've been looking around to try and find a 32-bit board. It's a little bit further out as far as budget goes, but it's definitely something I want to try. And I saw from China there are ramps 1.6. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 32-bit board. I'm not sure yet, but I would like to try one out. I don't have Duet Chinese version money at the moment, but there is a bigger project that I'm doing research on now in the 400 or 500, something above 30 by 30 by 40, so in the CR10 range size for a build. But I'm doing research and everything now, and a 32-bit board would be kind of cool to test on that. The cables from the screen. I wonder, so I've seen a lot of people taking those duet boards and putting them on different things, like Walter put his on the, Chris, you put yours on something, Walter put his on the Little Monster. You probably could put a duet on a CR10. I don't see why not. Hey, there's Chris. There's your new video idea. If somebody sends me a CR10 and a duet, I would do it. But yeah. There will be something bigger coming, but it's in the research stage right now. Okay. Derek. Huh? Yeah. It's a naive. Alright, there we are. Yeah, exactly. Chris, to fit on anything, yeah. But it's weird I haven't seen anybody actually, that's the strange thing, I have never seen anybody take the duet and put it on a CR10 or a CR10 S4 or S5. I'm curious as to why not. Because you want, you're at the bleeding edge and you're not able to add anything to the CR10 with the current board setup that they have. So why not, if you have the ability, put a duet on it or a larger board on it. modern version route, then you probably waiting to do that. But if you have a duet, why wouldn't you? Hey Don, Mike asked me to get in touch with you about printing something. I don't know what he was talking about, but if you want to DM me on Twitter, if there's something, then yeah, I can check that. And anyway, because I wasn't really sure what he was talking about, and I haven't seen him around now. Don't know if he's still on the stream. Smell of super glue. Inhale the loveliness of super glue. Whoa. If I pass out, yeah, hopefully I can hit the mute button. Did anybody see the tweet today from James at Print and Play? He built a table for his space. I think he's on the mend, and maybe we'll be seeing some videos from our young friend soon again. That would be really nice. I don't have a monitor to smack, or do a James tribute. I need to build that Piper. I bought all that conduit for it. Might be interesting to try it later. Yeah, Chris, or you've been talking to Chris about the Piper. Chris, you mentioned that Piper to me. I was looking at that too. Actually, did some research on it. As far as a starting frame, you could probably even wouldn't be too difficult of a build. You just got to make sure that everything's straight. But if you're building a Cartesian, you have some slop to build. So when you build like a delta, you have to make sure everything, or a hypercube, you have to make sure that all of your angles are true 90-degree angles. With the delta, that all of your pylons are straight 90 degrees perpendicular to the floor. But with a Cartesian like this one, you have some slop, but still you want to make sure that your especially your verticals are all strong. So that being said, the Piper would be a good one. You building like a normal 200 by 200 printer, like an A8 size printer would be pretty cool. Hi, this is Chris Riley and Chris Riley's testing service. If you have something you need to be tested, please leave a message. My consulting fees. That's cool. I love how Chris supports the community. You really you do a lot for the community, and I really appreciate that you're an inspiration, man. You could do a collaboration there, Ricky. So you have it sent to him. He tests it, then he sends it to you, and you cross both your videos, and you do collaboration. That's a thing that YouTubers do. $8729 drivers with it. Ooh. I found a Chinese company that is doing their version of the TMC 2208s, the Trinamics, and they're already soldered. So the pins are all soldered on there. Yeah, you do a good job, man. In response to what Chris said. It's like 2 for 16 or 17 euros, which is about 2 for 20. I've never seen them, like, if you order directly, the TMC drivers directly, they're usually about 20 bucks each. And usually it's good in the X and the Y. Minimum 2. 2 for like 17 euros, that's not bad. And before anybody says, yeah, but they're Chinese knockoff. Yeah. I'm not having that discussion here. Yeah, that'd be cool. There. And then Chris and Ricky started their collaboration. It all split here. A YouTube no, you guys already have a relationship with the printer, you know, the Trunksy, and I mean, you just got to consummate the relationship with a collab video series. Yeah, but I think, Chris, that, like, so everyone and all of these other companies do the same thing. It's like one of the companies does a version of something, and then they just rebrand them, and they sell them to other Chinese distributors. It's the same with if you do FPV or you do quadcopters or anything like that, the same thing. You have boards, and they do like a flight controller, and everybody is talking about, oh, this is the original, but it's all open source, so all of the Chinese versions are pretty much the same. You just, as long as you're getting, and a lot of times most of them are produced in the same set of factories. So whether it says it's an Air 1 TMC or a Flix or whatever it is, usually if they're using you, and you can tell if you look on, say, Amazon or eBay, if it's like the same pictures and the descriptions are almost the same, maybe a word or two off, usually it's the same hardware. So, and at that point, you're not really, the concern is not really whether the quality control is there, because the same factory is making them, and the other company, whoever's branding them, is just selling them as a branded product. They're just essentially a distributor. Yeah, that's right. Janitor. Rover. Yeah, if Rover keeps going, he's gonna like win like 10 printers. But by the way, thanks for the encouragement of signing up for things. But I've gotten filament and a few other things. One, haven't ever won a printer yet, but I just build them all. Somebody donated that Delta to me. That was my first one, and there's a guy from Reddit. But yeah, then both of the printers that I have have basically been built by me. I have yet to have the experience of getting a printer and unboxing it, and I'm kind of wondering what that's like. I watch all of you guys. I watch you guys on the YouTubes doing it, and I don't know what I have no experience. Oh, you don't for the parts from China and then you build it yourself. Oh, wow, that's cool. How convenient. It all shows up one thing and you just have to, whoa. That's a hard thing to get a Rover. What do you have for printers, Rover? The 8729 GRV8. Yeah. Um, Don, if you were debating between the 4988 and the DRV 8829 stepper motor drivers, I would recommend going with the DRV 8825s because the the voltage and stuff like that, they seem to have better quality. I've just lightly just trying to unscrew them to change the voltage on those 4988s and have them strip on me. Really light turn and then it's stripped and it's just free spinning. Yeah. And the voltage is different. You get on the usually on the 8825s the voltage is a little you get a little bit more voltage. On the cheap 4888s, yeah. You might as well buy like 2 or 3 times as many as you need because you're going to go through 7 of them. But Don, if you're buying parts for a build, it almost might be better if you can do it. Like look on eBay and or Amazon and look into those the TMCs, the Chinese branded ones, because especially if you're using Marlin 1.1.9, you can designate the stepper drivers that you're using, and it will quiet down your printer. When I upgraded this one here to 1.1.9, then you could set it up and say which stepper drivers it has, and I noticed a significant improvement in the sound. It's quieter. Yeah, it's a little bit more, maybe, of an outlay in the beginning, but you might as well. You're gonna end up, if you buying cheaper stepper drivers, you're gonna end up having to replace them sooner than later, so you might as well start with something a little bit better. Only use large hypercube. Accelerate already has the leg. Lerga board. Let me look up this Lerga board. I don't know. Ooh, Ricky, you have two choices. I have a filament box here, and it's got a crap ton of, and you can buy desiccant. Stick the filament in there and let it sit for guys if you don't need to use it right away, and that should help dry it out some. But if you put it in the oven 50 degrees for about a half hour, centigrade, even 60, that will dry it out, and it will help. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch. I have to watch my PETG because it's a bit more hygroscopic. All right, Chris, take care. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out Chris's new video on lead screws, it is definitely worth it, and it gives you something to think about, especially you there, Don. You might want to check that out, because which lead screw you use can make a difference. Okay. Yeah, Ricky, I would definitely try and. Okay, cool. I already saw it. Cool. Yeah, drying out filament is a good thing. I've had some like B-rolls and cheaper stuff where either the bag got punctured or bad QC problems or whatever, it just didn't get sealed very well, and I've stuck it in my dry box with a bunch of desiccant in there for a couple days. I mean, if you have other filament that you print with, that is definitely a good idea. It will help dry it out. Otherwise, if you need it pretty quick, then there is the oven trick. Oh, I am so close. It is almost in there. I just gotta wedge this into that. Filing. Yeah, this one's 4. I got these, and yeah, you can notice a difference when you, depending on the layer height that you're printing at. Like it'll do 0.2, and it looks great. But if I printed 0.3 layer height, or 2.5. I noticed a definite difference. If I can find one of those um, then I'm gonna switch. But for the meantime, or on the new machine, I might switch. Oh, I am looking at anybody. I've been trying to find a good source, even for a less expensive one. This is oh, um, let me finish this thought. A less expensive, but a something bigger than a 300 by 300 millimeter heated bed for less than 50 euros. That's about 60 bucks. I have not been able to find one. I can find a 300 by 300 millimeter or 30 centimeter square heated bed for pretty cheap, 20, 30 euros. But I have not been able to find one otherwise. Dawn, this is Fernando Jerez's chainmail. If you're interested, check out his Thingiverse and look under the his chainmail. I was talking once he posted this. I was talking to him, and he was looking to see what interesting things people did with it, and a few other things. So my family and I were brainstorming. We came up with this idea, and so I'm printing this one. I got another one. I printed in a no-name orange PLA. It's really nice here. It's 190 by 190 millimeter sheet. Yeah, that's what it is. This chainmail. Yeah. Chris definitely dives into good stuff. Makes does good work. I kind of tend to show off the things I'm working on, and occasionally I do a little bit of a overview of what I did. As far as going like in-depth tutorial kind of thing, occasionally if there's something like if I get people asking about it, I might go into a video about that sort of thing. But recently I've just wanted to enjoy the time in the studio and creating. Everybody's going away. Bye-bye. And not be shooting. So I haven't been shooting a lot of stuff, and I've been really busy and not had time to do stuff this summer. Anyway. Everybody went away. Y'all don't leave now. Let's see where we're at here. Good. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I'm not going to be doing a late night stream. Will be my streams now. I think if I start, if I'm in the studio working on something and it's not something where I'm shooting a lot of photos or something like that. Ooh, we're done. Hey, it's quiet. I'll probably be doing some streams, but I'm not going to be doing long overnight streams anymore because the phone that I'm streaming on is actually being It's the alarm clock. Yeah, so I won't be doing that, but I'll probably be doing often streams, and then I've got to fix my camera for time lapses. So time lapses will be coming back. I know some of you guys like the time lapse videos, and I appreciate that. So coming back. Otherwise, yeah, it's nice to hang out. And I know for some of you guys in the States, timing is a little bit weird. Some of you are probably at work. Ricky, you probably driving your kids around now, being taxi dad. All right, Don, are you off? So I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. I'm still working in the studio. As long as I'm working in here, I'll keep the stream up. And then when it's time to hit the hay, I will say adieu, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, all that kind of stuff. But if you guys are around and want to chat, I'm still here, and we can talk while I'm working on stuff. Ugh, lots and lots and lots of sanding here and filing. Okay, let's see how this came here. All right. Ooh, that comes off nice and pretty. Yeah, and then you can kind of see connect it a little bit, and then you just gotta find one point on it where it just starts moving, and then just start playing with it and wiggling it. You get one or two free, and then you just start wiggling it around. And so what else we got? I got anything else on here that needs to be printed tonight? No, 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 no. I think I have to start a new. Oh no. I know. No. No. Yeah, no. No. No, 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 no. I'm just talking to myself. Talking to myself, yeah, yeah. 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 Shuck it, dick it, do, do, do. Okay. All right. Let's see. What we gotta work on? We need some more pies for the Delta. I think I'll try to bring 101. Hero. Hero. I make a hero. Okay. Who's still here? Anybody else? Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Taylor, no. Tyler, no. No, 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 second. some of that anti-wobble there. Let's see. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Don't need a wobble. No. No. Hey, I'm here. I just got my hands full with glue. Glue! Oh, yay. If only you had smell-o-vision. Smell. Glue. Oh. Yes. So you're looking at it. Ooh, that's an ugly bed right now. I won't be cleaning that. Glass plate holders. Oh, yeah. Let's print. I need 3 of those. What? Sometimes I wonder about people who put stuff up on Thingiverse. Did they actually test it before they put it up? Meaning, why do you position it that way? It would never print. Or you're going to waste filament with... Okay. I'll stop now. What? Kira, you're not my friend today, are you? There you go. So we're going to print, and let's get all of them. Let's just use it to arrange. Here you go and arrange that. Good. It's all arranged. Gluing is fun. Ooh, all right. So this is the idea I was thinking about with the, this is a frame, print 3 of these, and you can put a 20/20 extrusion there, and the other side, the top side, or the bottom side, here, print 3 of those, and it's a 20/20 extrusion. So your 3 pylons are actually going to be 20/20 extrusions, and then the base is 3D printed, and then you're going to have to obviously put a plate over that. But yeah, you could do an interesting frame, much more rigid, for the ooh, all right. For the whatever the one-on-one hero is going to become. Some people call it the superhero. Some people are calling it the so let's all arrange that. Arrange. Okay, very good. So, super. Super bon. C'est très cool. Oh yeah, English, sorry. I'm just talking to myself in French. Maybe I shouldn't stream when I'm in the studio working on stuff. I tend to talk to myself. I talk to my computer too. I don't know if you guys do that. But since we have 2 or 3 languages in the house, sometimes it ends up in my head being 2 or 3 languages. What do you, glass plate? Oh, glaze plate. That's good. I'll print some more parts then for the Delta build. Need something, a couple of pieces to hold the glass plate and one of the side panels. I'm doing some sanding on this plaster here. And yeah, I'll be on probably for another hour or so, an hour and a half. See how long my energy holds out, because I've got a long day at work tomorrow. I need some rougher filament. There we go. That's nice. That's nice sandpaper you got there, son. So Ricky, what are you? Well, I'd ask you what you're gluing. I'm guessing you're gluing the new version of the car together. But your hands are full of glue, so you can't answer me. I saw the picture you put up on Twitter. It looks really good. Ah, cool. Yeah, I saw the pictures. It looks great. I'm doing a small series, sort of just mostly for myself. That is a 30% scale of some different helmets, painting and weathering them. It's kind of a little, gives me something to do, therapy, simple things. I can sit, paintings. But, yeah, there's one of them. Ooh, printer's moving. That. I glue that. Print out. Yeah. Oh, hairspray. That's a lovely smell. God, that's nasty. I'm so very close with these pieces right now. I don't know how much sanding you have to do as far as tolerance with your Jeeps and stuff. Because I'm guessing you're putting the PLA. PETG is a little more forgivable because you get a little more give in the plastic itself. I've had better luck with parts, less sanding sometimes, but for tolerances with this PLA sometimes, and it's frustrating when you're just so close to like sliding one thing into another, but it's just one little thing. And you don't want to overdo it. Yep, it's that one, just the end there. Fudgel. I'm almost tempted to stick it in a clamp and then just wrench it in. I don't want to break it because it's already two parts printed together, but I'll crack it. Ooh, I might have to. Ooh, the sound of PLA scritching together. Sounds like scary. Yeah. It's almost slotted in there. Oh, right. It's clamp time. Clamp. Time to clamp. Clamp. Budget. Oh, you son of a... You delivered. Cragmuggy. Alright. Let's give it 5, 6. I gotta do something about my Z-axis. I just gotta hook up that damn inductive sensor. I gotta hook out a bed print service, a metal print service, and then get that glass or that sensor so I can get rid of my Z end stop. That thing's annoying. Never really stays exactly in place. That's a pain. Oh, can it be cracky? Oh, just slotting that sucker in there. Ooh, can you guys hear that? Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Not yet. Needs more sanding. Oh, we're sanding! Yay! Hey, 3D print creator. Greetings from the Berlin. Me, it's Tanner and I and maybe Dawn or somebody else watching. Maybe Rover. Rover's in and out. Or he'll leave the stream up running. Maybe he's taking a nap. How's it going? Right now, I am printing parts for a revival of a 101 hero. People have called it the superhero, but it's rebuilding it with NEMA 17s and Mono 1.1.9, ramps board, so it'll print up to. It's built and it needs a few more structural pieces and being calibrated. So yeah, it's a Delta. Working on constructing another piece right now, which is little hints, pieces. Whoop. If that means anything to you. No. All 3D printed. It's a replica for a science fiction film series. Which J.J. Abrams is about to ruin. Yeah, alright, enough. I'm not going to be going on a J.J. Abrams rant. Sorry, guys. We don't talk about J.J. Abrams in my house. It's forbidden. No, it's a blaster. Oh, that's cool. No, this is just a Han Solo blaster. Found a Thingiverse. So I'm constructing that. It's just a small little simple build. That's allowed on the sanding. I'm sorry about that. Can you guys hear the sanding? I probably have to stop. The neighbors might start yammering. Now, I have a couple of iconic pieces that I wanted to have a small replica of, just 3D printed. Something fun to do. Yeah, I figured whoever was around thought you might be taking a nap, because you do have your sleep cycle. This is PLA. The other parts, the extruder and motor mounts and all that stuff, are printed in. Well, the motor mounts are printed in PLA, but the rest is all a European Owl filament. It's a German filament company. They're translucent blue PETG. You can find them on Amazon and eBay in Europe. Owl, OWL filament. Yeah. Don't buy their the B stuff. Buy the other stuff. It's a pretty good deal, like 15 or 16 euros for a roll of PETG. It's not bad, and I'm happy with the quality. This actual is something printed in the that PETG. Yeah, that's a very good price. I found some decent priced PETG. The Amazon Basics, they finally start selling it. They're going to have some decent deals, 16, 17 euros for a roll of PETG. And I think if you order like 5, the price goes down to something like 13 or 15 euros a roll for keto rolls. That's not bad. Amazon has announced, but they have not started selling their basic line of filaments here in Germany. Yeah, I'm testing out to find some good suppliers, decently priced suppliers of PETG. Although I know engine filaments from ColorFab. Yeah. I know that Prusa Mint has some PETG. It's about 22 or 23. I want to try one out and see how it is. But I mean, I've got some projects which will require, in the range of 5 or 10 rolls for the project each. And so, saving 5 to 7 euros a roll starts adding up pretty quick. That's enough money to finance another project. So, yeah. If and when I find the less expensive alternative, I will do it. I have not tried Fab. If anybody ever wants to donate, or if you want to donate, by the way, there is you want to help us out making stuff or any of the projects, here's a link. Here's how you can help out. But if I ever come across, no, I'm not making my own airplane. I'm making a full-size BB-8. That is between 10 and 15 rolls. The inner, the outer body, the dome, all the internal mechanisms. Yeah, with errors and stuff, it ends up you probably we'll go through about 20 rolls of filament on a BB-8 project, on a BB-8 build. Um, some quadcopter stuff. You always have to have like redundancy, 5 or 6 of everything for each part. So that rolls into a couple rolls of filament right there. And PETG is much better. You don't want the flexibility of the PETG. Makes a difference. Those sort of things. Yeah, different robot projects, things like that. Usually PETG is a bit of a better option when it comes to those sort of things because, yeah, it's a little more flexible, easier to deal with. Oh, just clamping the grips onto this blaster right now. Oh, that sound of slotting PLA to each other. It's just the same as if it's cracking. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, there we go. I'll fill that in, but we'll call that happy place. I can fill in that joint right there. Yeah, but that's not bad. So, first round, that's not bad. I don't know how to finish that. I think I'm going to put it together. I might fill in some lines and clear some things, but it's not one of, I might weather it a little bit. I'm doing a small series also of, I'm going to be doing some helmets. I've got a Darth Vader that I've almost finished. I've printed all the parts and I'm putting them together and sanding and filling and all that kind of stuff. I'm doing a small series of 30% scale helmets. This is a episode 7 Stormtrooper helmet. Has been weathered. It's supposed to look, it's been beat to hell. So got a series of those. And then projects for the kids. Yeah, that adds up. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's okay. One of my Star, the War version, and here's the Trek version. This is a original series phaser. It's printed in actually this might be the Das Filament black PLA. They were selling off the rolls before they went to the Master's Pool. They were selling off the other rolls, and I bought a couple rolls. Really like that. Probably won't. Those guns, not really. Right now, I have no plans to. If I am bored, yeah. When that's gonna happen, I don't know. But then I might look at painting them. But at the moment, I don't have any plans to. Okay. find some references here. I'm watching the chat, but I'm just looking for a reference for some picture references to see how the how it's mounted, how the scope is mounted. Huh? That's different. Oh, I see. Really? Okay, if you say so. Like that. I see. Crap on a cracker. Son of a bitch. That's a tricky. Ooh. Wow. Okay, excuse me. I'd worry about getting demonetized, but you know, I lost monetization when I had it for about 2 weeks and then lost it. And yeah, moving on. So no, the connecting the scope. It's a little bit of a interesting how they want you to put it together. I just noticed I need a clamp. I need a clamp. Give me a clamp. Oh, I think I have a clamp over here. There's a clamp. So, I'm able to actually stream from the new space again. I'm gonna try and if I'm in the studio and I'm not doing something where I need the camera, the phone, camera for something else, I'm gonna try and stream more often now. If I'm working on something in the evenings, get my other camera for time lapses back up. Ooh, that's a nice first layer. I will and do some time lapse Tuesday again. Alright. Bear with me, I'll be right back. I gotta walk to the other side and get some glue. Do some glue in here. Ooh, that looks nice. Alright. Ooh. There we go. Let that seat down in there. Let the seat down in there. You sheep. Alright, that's gotta sit. There's the scope. You can see. Yeah. And the guy who designed it, I don't know if you can see this, but let's see if I can get you right up in there. He actually put a small little crosshair in there. It's like a tiny little thing, but it's a little crosshair. It's kind of funny. Oh boy, let's see. I've also got some Fernando Yeres' chainmail. Give you a better view. Here's an actual sheet of it. It's a 190 by 190. It's completely flexible, and you gotta, when it prints, you gotta play with it a little bit, but it's really nice. He was actually asking about what people could do with it, how it could be used. So my family and I, kids and I, did some brainstorming. We came up with an idea. So I'm gonna be testing that out. in the coming weeks. So we needed one more piece. This is printing, and now it has to be all made flexible. Yeah, I was looking at, you could, if you get your tolerances right, and with that other filament, it prints out pretty nice. You could actually sew it onto a shirt. Hey, cool. And I was thinking of just, because there's no way to, these sheets, there's no way to really join it, but you could sew it in parts, in sections, onto a shirt and create a whole shirt. That was one of my first thoughts, was to do that. Ah, cool. Yeah. So I will probably be trying out that idea of a shirt in the coming weeks. This might not have worked out very well. I think it got a little too smushed. Yeah, the thing about this is you've got to get your layer height, your Z height, really tuned in exactly. Not too tight. It's got to be a little bit looser. Otherwise, it will fuse in the bottom. Yeah, and it's an exercise in patience. Yeah, exactly. You can also then, you could implant material into things as well. That's another option. I've seen that as well from Devin and a few other people. It's like a mesh or something like that. This one might not be such a great one. I might have to try out that PETG. That might be a better option because it's a little more flexible and forgiving. Print and play stuff is finicky. You do have to have your, my Z height is, it's, yeah, getting a smushed, nicely adhered bottom is tuned in for that right now, but it's not so tuned for this making of chainmail. I'll have to try another one out and tune it in. Do some tests with the smaller pieces. You can actually print out a small piece here. That's good for testing to set it tuned. I'll probably try and test that out and get it all tuned in and then print a bigger version to finish this up the product. Yeah, good. You suck. What the? That was fun. That sucked. Sucked and good. Alright, so I'm going to be finishing up soon. I'm going to get this last project started, printing for the evening. And then a long day of work tomorrow, so I will try this print out one more time. See if I can get it to printy. Spread it out like a magic goo. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I think I might have to call it a night soon. There's no. I'm doing the lazy man babysitting today. It's tired maker. Babysitting makes life easier. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yes, it did. I gotta look at some solutions. This thing needs a tune-up. It's been printing non-stop for the last couple weeks. And I need to tune it up. I just need a couple days, a day in the shop to start tuning. That's not bad. What's that? That's okay. Alright, cool. Alright, take care. So, that being said, this is James from Sonic Alchemy and Makerspace. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. This space is, and this channel is about where creativity takes us. Today, creativity was taking us to, well, not thermal runaway. Working on some projects, getting a few extra parts for the Delta, working on this blaster, and a couple of other small things. I will, if I'm in the studio in the near future, I'm gonna working on something and I don't need the phone or the camera for something, I'll try and jump on a stream. Regular videos will probably be, as I start shooting more stuff again, will start showing up on the channel. It has been a very hectic summer and busy with other stuff. And so, as work and life permits, I will be getting back. If you are on the Twitters, follow me there at Sonic Makerspace, Instagram, and all the other places, Sonic Alchemy and Makerspace. This channel is about going where creativity takes you, so why don't you go where your creativity takes you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, and keep making. Catch you in the next one. Bye.